US President Donald Trump has denied he wrote a birthday note to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Members of a congressional committee have released the 50th birthday book, which features a drawing of a woman's body with typed text purportedly signed by Mr. Trump. An image of Epstein holding up a novelty cheque bearing Mr. Trump's name has also been released. The president is facing increasing pressure, including from his own Republican base, for more transparency on the Epstein investigation.
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak. And anybody that's covered me for a long time knows that's not my language. It's nonsense. And frankly, you're wasting your time. All you do is trying to get off the great success of D.C. and about 200 other things we've done that are so successful.
Let's get more on this. Corey Alpert is a US political expert. He previously served in the Biden-Harris administration for 3 years in the Executive Office of the President. Corey joins me now from Melbourne. Welcome. Can you tell us about the release of this birthday letter by US lawmakers?
Sure. So this letter seems to be exactly what the Wall Street Journal was referring to in their July report, which was a birthday letter that Donald Trump at least reportedly sent to Jeffrey Epstein about in the mid-90s. His signature, you saw the president saying that it's not his current signature. It matches what his signature looked like in the 90s. And as you can see the text in front of you, it's incredibly lewd, it's incredibly crass, and it speaks, I think, to what many people are worried about, or at least what it seems to be is reflecting that Donald Trump does seem to be implicated in Jeffrey Epstein's crimes here.
Democrats believe that signature is authentic, and the White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt says the White House would support a professional handwriting expert to review it. They say it's fake. I mean, where is that at?
Sure, I think we're quabbling over something that is quite clearly, it looks like his signature, it sounds like him, it looks, and it's part of a larger body of evidence. We have photos, we have videos, we have lots of evidence that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were good friends. You have people who've implicated him in relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And then we have this sort of clear last couple of weeks and months where Donald Trump is doing everything he can to avoid any conversation about Jeffrey Epstein just to distract from what seems like growing pressure among his MAGA base.
So this letter, is it significant in terms of Trump's support in Congress? Can you speak to that?
So what we have to contextualize here is what this month in Congress is. Donald Trump just had an entire month where he did not have Congress in session. That's why you saw a flurry of diplomatic activity, a flurry of activity that really tested the limits of presidential power. This month, in the next couple of weeks, the U.S. Congress has to pass a budget, a $7 trillion budget to fund the U.S. government. The question of support in his Republican base really comes down to how willing any Republican members of Congress are going to be to go against Trump's budget proposals, which could mean that we could end up at the end of September without a budget deal, with Democrats not willing to vote for Donald Trump's budget, and then a federal government shutdown on Donald Trump's watch.
When will Congress be able to vote on releasing the Epstein files?
So they could vote on it at any time. We've seen representatives like Thomas Massie and Nancy Mace and Marjorie Taylor Greene, of all people, offer to read out the victim-produced list of Epstein associates and Epstein victims. That could be done at any time. All of this really is in Congress's court. In the United States, Congress is a co-equal branch of government to the president. They don't, by law, have to wait for him to say that that they can release it. So they could do this at any time. The question really comes down to the political calculus and what they think Donald Trump's reaction to any of this would be. It is likely that they have their hands on at least some version of this.
And at first, Corey, it did appear that the Epstein files were the only issue that could turn MAGA supporters against Donald Trump. Is that still the case? Where is that sentiment at this point?
I think it's all part of a broader picture. You know, there's this question of honesty now that's percolating in the MAGA base, where they're looking at Donald Trump very clearly obfuscating about something that defies common sense. We have so much evidence mounting that Donald Trump is clearly implicated in the scandal. He's denying it. He's doing everything he can to avoid anyone talking about it. And I think that Republican voters and especially Republican elected officials are beginning to have to ask the question of how closely they want to be tied to a president who seems like this is going to be part of his historical legacy. I don't know, and I actually don't think that this is going to be the end of Donald Trump's presidency. I think that that's quite a fantasy. But ultimately, I think this is part of a broader story where the Republicans, especially those in Congress, are beginning to have to question the risks and costs of maintaining this closeness with Donald Trump, given how seriously implicated he seems to be in all of this.